Okay, guys, we got us a special guest, actor and comedian from that Shot Town, Mr. Barry Brewer. How you doing, man?
What's up, man? I'm good, man. Thanks y'all for having me.
No
Yes,
problem.
sir.
I'm gonna start out with the first question, bro. Tell me what was like. What was it like growing up in Chicago?
Man, people ask that. I guess it was like normal for me. You know what I mean? I ain't grew up nowhere else, so it was just like, you know, I tell people I didn't know it was poor because everybody else was poor, so it was fun. Just trying to, find out what I was meant to do. Playing ball a little bit, music. Got to go to church. I didn't know I would be doing this, but I always was a big fan of Martin when I was younger. But Chicago is great. I can't say like all the weather, the seasons we have. Me living in LA as a grown man, so I got to appreciate. I think you appreciate what you have and who you are and where you come from more when you leave. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So I'm trying to answer the question. It was great. I'll say that.
Yo, so
But
was
after I
it?
appreciate the food for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I gotta ask, like, was it a moment you realized, like, you had a passion for comedy, or like, how did it come about for you?
I think I always had a passion for comedy when I was younger. I liked to laugh, but
Okay.
I didn't know I had the gift to do it. Right, like it's a passion to laugh and to be watching movies that was funny. Martin, Jamie Foxx, in all movies, Vampire in Brooklyn, any Eddie Murphy movie, Martin movie. I remember watching the Cherokee Kid with Sinbad
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
and and House Get, like all of these comedic movies and just enjoying laughing all the time. So I found that out early on that I love to laugh. It wasn't until I was a teenager, like 19, that I found out that I had the gift to make people laugh. So that was like when I found that out. When I found that out, man, I was just ecstatic. I was like, man, if I can make people feel how I feel when I laugh, man, that's pretty special.
so,
Uh-huh. When did you get your big break when it came to comedy? Right after high school?
I still don't feel like I got my big break yet. I guess I got my first break in 2004 when I did a show called Coming to the Stage on BET. Bruce hosted it,
mhm.
and yeah, and that was my first TV appearance. It was kind
Yeah.
of like me. I had just moved out of LA, and it was kind of like confirmation for me, like, hey, I'm meant to do this when I got that opportunity.
Okay.
Uh, and yeah, so then I've done some television appearances since then. And then I was fortunate to do my stand up special in 2017. It was released in 2019. Chicago, I'm home. So, uh, yeah, I'm still working towards that big break though.
Okay.
Word.
Gotcha.
What comedy special would you say impacted you the most? Like, what's one of your go-to comedy specials you like to watch?
That's, that's a great question. It's You So Crazy, Martin. You So Crazy all day. That for sure.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No, I like that one too.
Okay.
Yeah,
You got starstruck yet? Ever since you got in the game?
Martin. Yeah, I got starstruck once. Martin. I'm gonna tell you a funny story. And I've met a lot of different comics and a lot of different celebrities, and I've never felt no way. It's all like cool. Um, but I saw Martin, and this is somebody I admired since I was a kid, even before I knew I would do comedy. And my goal was to ask him, like, "Hey, is there a time where we can like break bread and I could just pick your brain? You know what I mean? Chop it up." And I think low key, I asked him out on a date, but I ain't mean to. You know what I mean? Like he came out, I was like, "Hey, can I take you out to eat?" I think that's what I said.
Uh,
You know what was funny? It came out weird, and everybody knew it was weird. Everybody was like, "What?" You know what I mean? Because I was nervous. And the amazing part about it was like he looked at me like he understood, and he's like, "Oh, you a comic?" I was like, "Oh yeah," because I never started. I didn't say it. He's like, "You a comic?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, where you from?" I told him, and he first opportunity I met him, he tried to give me an opportunity. He put me in touch with Sean Lampkin, who is Nipsey on the show, who
okay.
was his guy, and he was producing a show called First Amendment at the time, and told me to send my tape in to possibly get an opportunity on that. And nothing came of it, but just in my first encounter, I was definitely starstruck. But he understood and he looked out to give me an opportunity, possible opportunity. So that was cool.
Yeah, dope. So look, speaking of dates, I gotta bring this up. Shout out to Chocolate Sundays, man.
Oh man.
Look, you
Yeah.
got one of the funniest like sets that you did on Chocolate Sundays, man. Had me
Thank
down laughing about the set about the accidental gay date.
you. Yes,
Man, like
yeah.
just give us a little bit of insight on coming up with that set and just that whole bit, bro. Like that was hilarious.
Thank you, bro. First of all, man, it definitely was it was a mixture of two stories combined to one. The way it developed was just super organic, bro. It came on stage and it just started to unravel the way it did. Um, so just to give a little context to the story, so I was hooping with this guy who was really good. We later on found out he was gay, and I was confused because I'm just like, right, as a heterosexual man, I don't think like, first of all, gay men come all type of ways, but when you come from certain areas, you only see one type of gay man, right? You
Yeah.
see flamboyant, feminine guy. So you don't see normal guys, and because you probably don't know their personal life, so you would never suspect it. So when we found out he was gay, I was just like, that's crazy. I would never know because I mean, the first thing I said, I was like, but he be dunking on people.
Yeah.
Like gay people can't dunk on, like, what is wrong?
Yeah.
Like to see the ignorance inside. So that was that. So then this guy did invite me to a Lakers game, and all of that was true, but he was not gay. But I was like, what if dude asked me to the game? What if it was him?
Mm,
I would have definitely went. Like, you know,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
but all that happened. So that's kind of how the story kind of like developed like that. So it was like two stories put into one, and
Yeah.
it came from that. So yeah.
Man, y'all go check that out, man. It's on YouTube. Like, go check that out. Chocolate Sundays, Barry Brewer, man. Funny. Y'all gonna get y'all a good laugh in.
How did you book the audition for Bro?
Bruh, that's a great. So I went through the normal steps, man. I auditioned first with the casting director, and then the second audition I had with all the producers and Mr. Perry was in there. And then I had to audition a third time for Mr. Perry and his right hand producer. And in the middle of the third audition, he's like, "You can stop, you got it." So apparently, for one of my YouTube videos, me and my guys, we got the opportunity to audition for the show.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I got the opportunity to audition. Then I just went through the normal steps, and they felt that I was the guy for the job. And I was blessed to get it, man. So it's been a blessing for sure, man. It's like my first lead role on television. My first opportunity on television was a show called Games People Play. And this was my first leading role in anything, to be honest with you. So it's a blessing that a black man gave me that opportunity. So shout out to Mr. Tyler Perry for that.
Sure.
Dope.
Congrats on that, bro.
For sure.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And so look, Barry, man, when you first came across my radar on YouTube with the skits with you, Big Ja, Minx, and all the guys. And one of the funniest ones, the series y'all do, man, is the when the whole crew is stupid. And your character, dog, it's just like hilarious because it's like it's so much frustration. I don't want to spoil it for y'all who haven't seen it, man. So go check that out too. But like talk to us about like how you connected with Big Ja and how those skits came about.
Definitely. Well, me and Big Ja go way back, man, since way back 2012, 2011, 2012, I think. We met on the stand-up circuit. You know, Big Ja is a stand-up as well, stand-up comedian. And Big Ja went to school for film. He went to school playing football, and he minored in film and television. So he know how to shoot. He's very knowledgeable of film and television and the whole nine. So I knew that he knew how to shoot early on. And I wrote a movie called The Perfect Plan that Tommy Ford was in, rest in peace. And Big Ja directed it for me. So me and him was cool like that we created stuff. And me and him used to talk about collaborating like Keenan and Tom and Robert Townsend, how they was working together. Mm-hmm. So him and I always talked about that early on. As the world progressed in technology and social media started getting big, he kept going, like doing creative stuff. I was doing like movies and short films. He started taking that and putting it online and doing sketches with it. So you know, my numbers was low because I was just in a club doing stand-up, auditioning for, you know, jobs. I was like, people was like, man, you need to start doing sketches and stuff. And I started seeing people doing stuff. I was like, well, let me hit my guy up who I like his content. And I hollered at Ja. I said, "Hey, Ja, man, if you got something for me on a sketch, let me know." He's like, "Oh, all right, for sure." And then he had a sketch idea and called me. He's like, "I got one specifically for you. It'd be perfect." And there was one other one right before the whole crew stupid. And then he had that idea. And he's like, "This really happened to me. I think you would be cold in that role." Cool. So we did it. And it was cool. It went all right. And then the second time we did it, I was like, "Oh, that's a little redundant, but all right, cool, let's do it." And that one blew up. And we just kept doing it, and it's phenomenal. Like it's such a mind-blowing thing the way it's blown up. You know what I mean? And it just really goes to show, like, you just never know. Like, really, if you whatever you want to do, podcasting, singer, artist, rapper, whatever, if you really believe and you just start putting stuff out there in the world, you just never know what will blow up and take you to that next level.
Man, dope. Got anything?
Since you're from Chicago, you said ball. You a hooper or football?
Oh yes, sir. I do hoop. I just was hooping yesterday, getting buckets yesterday. Yeah.
Okay.
So who your squad running with in the NBA or growing up?
Who was my squad? Well, I was more of a player type of person. So growing up, I was a big fan of Penny Hardaway and Orlando Magic. With Nick Anderson, Dennis Scott, and Shaq. Even though I'm from Chicago, everybody was on Michael Jordan. Obviously, he cold, one of the best ever. But I'm more so a LeBron fan. D Wade was my hometown hero, but then a Bron fan. You a Bron fan?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
all day. That's the smart man over there.
Yes.
But you can't deny greatness. But I'm a LeBron fan. So wherever he go, I'm with the Lakers for however long he signed, and if he move, I'll move with him.
Word.
Yeah.
How you feel about the hometown squad right now?
Oh man, they killing. Oh my God, man. I so mad LeBron and them didn't get DeMar DeRozan. But I think they have something special. I think that it's really special when you can find young talent together and they all play their role. Ain't nobody like tripping about who's scoring the most, and they really like, Zach and DeMar. But I've been blessed to go to a lot of games this season in Chicago, and it's just been a sight to see. So I think they something to be reckoned with.
You want to hear a silly prediction? Who I got going to the finals?
Who you got?
I got the Sixers and the Lakers.
I don't think that's silly.
Because I think, like, I respect LeBron greatness, and I think if AD get healthy and Russ figure it out, I don't see nobody beating them. And James Harden with Embiid, like, dang.
I don't think that's so far-fetched at all. I definitely you can never count LeBron out, for sure. And if they're healthy, for sure. Like, if they're healthy, I'll give them as chance as anybody if they're healthy, for sure. Even at where they are now, if it's for the playoffs and it's higher stakes, they're gonna bring their game up every time. Even Russ. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's why LeBron got him, because I really didn't understand why they would think that would work. But I really think LeBron got him thinking of the playoffs, thinking of his heart and his aggression. But I think he forgot that we got to get there too.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part. But I think he's getting it. He's got to slow down, pick his spots, when they're on the floor, and then be himself when Bron is off the floor, because they AD eat the ball. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I don't think that's crazy. I don't think it's crazy because things happen. I don't think that's so far-fetched. Embiid is killing. So,
yeah.
And if you got another person that can go give you 20, 30, I just don't trust James Harden in the playoffs.
Me too. Yes.
He doesn't show up. But they still got a great squad. I think the coach over there, what's my man name? Doc Rivers.
Yeah, legend right there.
Yeah, and I think they got a great squad of people that can add, like the others that really matter. And B can go out. He's unstoppable. Can't nobody guard him in the game. So
okay.
Only person I think gives him really can guard him, I always say LeBron, but like Giannis. Like Giannis is cold, and that's who they got to run up against. So it's gonna be tough. But if Embiid really going hard and the team playing hard, I think they can get them a run for their money for sure in the 7-game series.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be blown away for sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So look, Barry, man, we appreciate you. We don't want to hold you too long, but if you got any last info or details, putting us on anything you got coming, let the people know, and also shout out your socials.
Definitely, man. Barry Brewer Jr. on everything. Barry with an A, Brewer Jr. Everything. My website is iambarrybrewer.com. I got a lot of new content coming to YouTube and Facebook really soon, like starting in March. So please stay tuned to new sketches, just all the type of content, behind the scenes stuff. I got this thing called Before the Fame that I'm dropping. Just seeing the inside of my life, just bringing people into my world. And yeah, I'm be hooping on there, so y'all see some of that for
Okay.
sure.
Got
Okay.
ready.
Yeah, man. So yeah, please keep in contact, man, and y'all keep doing what y'all doing, bro. Like please keep going, bro, and keep going, keep going. I promise you, you'll be surprised at what this work you putting in will get you. So don't stop.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the love. Huh?
Y'all heard it here first, man. Barry Brewer. Dope episode. We'll see y'all next week.